Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
It's Monday, May 17th. I'm out here with my girlfriend Kyla, and it's been a pretty quiet morning. It's a little after 7 now. No gobbles, no nothing, but we're sitting at the back of a freshly planted oats field, and every year they end up finding the oats laying on top, and we're kind of hoping that at some point this morning, since they're not talking, maybe they'll kind of work their way up here and try to get something to eat there. So we're gonna sit tight. It's still early. We're still trying to call every now and then just to entice them in this general direction, but it's the same place that I saw the hen last week, so I know they're in the area to begin with, so hopefully they'll cooperate and one will show up.
A few young bucks made their way through, making an otherwise uneventful morning a bit more interesting. Our decoy was enough to spook them off, but once again, time spent outdoors in the spring provided a cool wildlife encounter.
Alright, round 2 for today. This is actually the first day that's open to all day hunting for turkey in PA the first 2 weeks. Runs till noon, peaking up till half hour after sunset now, so we're actually kind of in the middle of a bunch of pretty common roosting sites. There's at least kind of 3 around here. 2 out in front of us and 1 behind us where they tend to roost, so the idea is maybe we catch them coming to roost. They like to go across the hillside in front of us as well, kind of scratching, looking for food, so maybe we can get some to come in, see the decoy, and come our way.
Despite our attempts at calling, once again, deer stole the show.
I'm starting to think that we might be out of luck. It was a tall order to try to get one in one day, but at the as something happens here, we're gonna back up real slow, just in case, kind of keep the camera for last. We're probably striking out on this one, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nature, sightseeing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like sightseeing and filming.
We might not have had any luck with turkeys, but we'll definitely have to return in the fall for deer after having those encounters.
Well, it's already 7:15. I had to take Kyla to the airport this afternoon, so I kind of had to do a quick, easy setup this evening. But we're actually sitting at the back of a field, kind of up above where we saw the jakes last week. So the hope is either they'll come in from feeding tonight and we can get a shot, or since we're up top, maybe we can hear where they roost and get a good setup tomorrow morning. But we still have over an hour and a half till dark. It's a warm evening. It's still about 72 degrees. So I'm not sure what that's going to do as far as the turkey's movement, but we're going to sit back, relax, and see if anything happens. It's funny how like a 15-pound gray fox can sound so much bigger than it is. Well, we might have heard more gray fox than turkeys today, but at least it was a nice evening to set out. Not really anything to go off for tomorrow morning, but it's getting to that point in the season where they're not gobbling that much anyway, so we might go back to where we saw the jakes last week, just kind of see if that does anything for us, and kind of go from there, but not a whole lot going on up here this evening.
A few more setups over the next couple of days continued the trend. No turkeys, no gobbles, and not much to go off but general knowledge of the birds' core areas, and hoping they'll play along.
Well, we're out here on yet another quiet morning. It's Friday, May 21st, and it's a beautiful morning to be out. It's right around 60 degrees right now, super calm. Just a really nice morning, but so far, not a whole lot of noise. Haven't heard a single gobble, but we're back where we saw the jakes a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just hoping that maybe they're roosting in the same area. I expect at this point in the season, most turkeys to come in silent anyway, so we're kind of set up a little more in the open than that last time, so hopefully the decoy is more visible. Hopefully things will work out this morning.
Before long, I heard a sound that I can only describe as a soft, short gobble. I wasn't certain that it was a turkey, but it didn't take more than a minute to find out. Once again hunting from this location, the turkeys were in an area that was near impossible to film from my tree.
All I really have to go on is the fact that there were at least two birds together there. I saw them fighting for just like a half a second, and then that kind of sound I heard that I mentioned I thought was a soft gobble. I'm guessing that's either two jakes or maybe the same four we saw here a couple of weeks ago. They went kind of off that direction. I know on the back of that hillside, turkeys for years have liked to kind of just scratch around for food. I wouldn't be shocked if they scoot down around though, and maybe make their way down this way, so I'm gonna leave the decoy where it is. I'm gonna kind of rotate around the tree, probably like 90 degrees or something, just so I can actually have a chance if they do scoot down around and maybe see the decoy come up from below us here. But yeah, at least we got to see them, got a little bit of footage. I couldn't tell from what I saw, but kind of context clues there lead me to believe they're jakes, and at this point in the season I'd take a jake. I'm not going to be picky, but least we know we have a good spot.
Soon I caught movement to my right, exactly where I thought I might see them. Watching the footage back, I think this turkey may have actually been ahead, but it's still tough to tell with just the few short glimpses I had in the footage. Regardless, it walked off seemingly unfazed by my calling.
Once again, same spot. Had one within 75 yards and just couldn't quite get close enough, but I'm just guessing, I never got a good look, that was one of the same birds from this morning, and therefore I'm assuming it was a jake. I never did get to see if it had a beard, but I thought for a second there we were going to get a shot. It was coming right at us, and I figured I'd get to see if he had a beard then, but whether he saw us or just decided that was as far as he was going to feed this morning and turned around and went the other way, I don't know. He pretty kind of calmly walked off and was still feeding his way through, so I don't think he saw us, but at least kind of some good information. It's nice to know they're still around. Hadn't seen them in over 2 weeks, but maybe that's something we can work with going forward, and I'm unfortunately going to have to get out of here. It's only probably 7:30, but those of you that are watching on the Meat Hunters channel may have realized that the day this video goes up, I'm hunting this morning yet, so to get it all into the video, I'm going to have to head back. But like I said, good to see him and good to have that information. Kind of might help get something together for tomorrow and the week going forward.
This week was admittedly rough, with very few turkey encounters and somehow even less gobbles. That said, getting to spend time hunting and just generally time outdoors with Kyla made my week, and wrapping up with some positive sign keeps my spirits high going into next week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.